The actor claims Heard defamed him after she wrote an op-ed about domestic violence, but Depp wasn't named in it. Depp back on the stand today saying Heard was the aggressor in the marriage and making this shocking allegation.
Takes the second bottle. My hand is on the edge of the bar, like that, and leaning over, the fingers like that, and she threw the large bottle, and it made contact and shattered everywhere. And then I looked down and realized that the tip of my finger had been severed.
You know, Greg, when I lost into my finger, it wasn't near as good of a story. The biggest thing I took away today is I was jealous about that. You know, just kind of start here. Why do Americans care about this stuff? Why are we glued to the TV when someone's marriage is falling apart and they're doing a trial?
I will speak for myself in that I am a hypocrite because we're watching it because he's famous and there's it's salacious turmoil. It's the old, you know, line that no one cares. It's not news if a plane lands safely. And marriages have often crashed, and they aren't pretty. And these two people were once in love, and now they're not. He looks like he should be selling Ferraris or directing porn. And she's just magnetic. You just stare at her, and it's just like, I don't know. But I can't judge. Sounds like she beat on him, right? That's what I know so far. I've been watching it as closely as I should, and I'd like to apologize to America for that.
They always tune in there.
Yes.
I watched and listened today, and I don't know. I think they both sound like they had at least had a spell in their lives where they were pretty terrible people. But I kind of tended to believe a lot of what he had to say about the abuse she levied towards him. Now, that doesn't mean he wasn't abusive towards her, but he seemed pretty earnest, even as an actor.
So we haven't heard her testimony yet. I mean, there was a long day of testimony. And I did feel a little weird, like I was watching somebody's marriage counseling and their confessions, and, you know, I didn't watch a lot of it.
I don't know. Who does this help out of either of them?
That's the point. Maybe directing porn is the only job he has left.
That is the point.
I tend to believe, Geraldo, this is more about Depp getting his version of the story out to the public than winning the $50 million. I think this is his last-ditch attempt to revive his career.
Well, he should grab this last chance he has, because his career has been wrecked by these allegations. Nobody wants to hire a wife beater, and I thought it was very bold for his counsel to put him on because he's going to be cross-examined at some point, although the defense attorneys have been pretty, Amber Heard's defense attorneys have been pretty silent in terms of objecting. But I made a pretty effective story, and the celebrity car wreck, we can't take our eyes off, but this is absolutely graphic testimony and evidence that my thesis is right. Never envy anybody.
Yeah.
Here's Johnny Depp. Here's Amber Heard. Beautiful people, lots of money, Hollywood, this and that. And you say, oh, that's the lifestyle. And then look at their lives, what hell it was.
There was a juxtaposition through it all of like, okay, these are issues that regular Americans face: addiction, alcoholism, marital problems. And then the other side is, so I went to my private island to do my rehab. So then everybody checks out like, okay, we see what's happening here. But Judge, just to the meat and potatoes of it, it seems like Depp's lawyers have a pretty difficult task, because it's not just proving that she beat him up or proving he didn't beat her up, but also proving that this op-ed specifically pointed him out and damaged his career.
Okay, but very simply, this is a defamation case. She claimed in an op-ed that she was a victim of domestic violence. Domestic violence infers that you're being beaten by someone who is a spouse or a live-in lover. Yeah. Her spouse is Johnny Depp. He suffered damages as a result of this op-ed. There's no question about it. He is legitimately suing her. She is counter-suing because he defended himself by saying it's a hoax. Now, as it relates to the two of them, this lawyer has been phenomenal, his lawyer, in bringing out his background. Yeah. And I did this. This was my thing when I was a prosecutor. And I started one of the first domestic violence units in the country. So what happens is many partners end up marrying someone like a parent.
Yeah.
He described his mother as someone who suffered from depression, who used drugs, and every time he did it, there was a reference to Amber in terms of things that she did, which are like the things that his mother did. And he loved his mother, and he would never hurt his mother, just like he would never hurt her. Now, we haven't heard her side of the story yet. I'm sure she's going to claim things. But objectively speaking, the man was injured. There are witnesses who have talked about her chasing him in her nightgown and to his places where he's gone at 3 in the morning to get away from her, you know, that she was fearful of abandonment. He has made out a case as far as I'm concerned. Now, the burden of proof is on him. She may come out and say, he battered me, but she better have witnesses like he does, police reports like he does, and medical evidence like he does, or else he wins.
Apparently, one of the witnesses might be Elon Musk, the next owner of Twitter.
And James Franco.
Maybe that's why we care. I don't know.